Still keeping an eye if President Trump will assist the people of Iran. And thoughts and prayers to the people of Iran. The people that are so brave and courageous fighting for their freedoms and democracy. And putting their lives literally at risk. So I just want to say that before I start. God bless the people of Iran. And I'm just starting, so I'm just getting together. Getting the pop-outs done, more organized tonight. I mean today than last night. Wow, last night was wild. So let me get all these pop-outs ready. And I don't know, like I said, I don't check the mainstream media. But I do want to see something, because I got to change the title anyway. On Rumble. I want to see if they're talking about this on Rumble platforms, or is it all the stuff going on here and they're not talking about it? They're not. A lot of these streams have nothing to do with Iran. I can show you on Rumble. Which is unfortunate. It really is. I'm just going to go to view all for a second. I'm very curious. Just curious. Minneapolis. ICE. On Rumble. I'm just checking Rumble. I'm seeing if anybody on Rumble is actually talking about what's going on in Iran. I would think someone, they have to be. Let's go to editor's picks. Minneapolis. Sports, gaming. And these are the editor's picks. I'm actually surprised how much gaming is here. A lot of ICE stuff, the Minnesota stuff. You see, this is what I mean, Golden Globes. This is on Rumble. I'm just checking the Rumble platform. I don't understand it, but people should be paying more attention to what's going on in Iran. And I'm not really seeing that presence on Rumble. There are a couple. Okay. Okay. I'm just changing the information on my Rumble stream. You have to do it like that. Because I use static IP, so I have to go in and on Rumble, that's the way it is. Save. Let's see now if it worked. So again, thoughts and prayers to the people of Iran. And it did fix it. Now I can do the pop out. I did send 2C a message on, good morning, Genghis. I did send 2C a message on Facebook because for some reason his website is acting glitchy. I don't know if they're doing, if it's just a glitch, but it didn't want to work. Could be coincidence, maybe not. I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to mess him up, let's just say. like his stuff. And I can show you. It's glitchy. I've messaged him, though, about Flight Radar 24 and how to use it properly. Yeah, exactly. That's what they're focused on in the mainstream media, because I don't watch the news, so I don't know. But I was looking on Rumble just to get me an idea what people are talking about on Rumble. I'm not seeing much on Iran. Well, I know Tusi and Goldie, I know I will do my best to get the word out to people. And of course, people have the choice to tune in or tune out. But I know I'm going to do my due diligence to support the people. All right, let's go live on TikTok. And now we're live on TikTok. All right. So like I said, I sent him an extensive message on how to use Flight Radar because he was scrambling yesterday. He got the premium. He's trying to figure out how to use it. So I sent him some detailed information on how to use Flight Radar. And I broke it down for him as much as I could. What's going on in Iran is incredibly significant. Not just for the people of Iran, but for the whole region and the global political, the geopolitical effects it can have if it changes. I have to be honest. This is the United States that fought for democracy in the past. You know? This is what the United States represents, democracy. And helping those that are fighting for democracy. That's what it's always been about to me. Human rights, oppression, living under those conditions. These people have been going through this for 47 years. And I 100%, I know Mom does too, support the people of Iran, 100%. And we don't even know what's really going on. We don't know the numbers. Look what this ass clown said in the parliament. You want to see? I just started to do because I just really literally woke up. This is from open source. Iranian parliament speaker Mohammed Bagher, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name, to Trump. Come and see how we will destroy all your positions in the region, threatening the bases. Come and see how defenders of Iran will burn you into America's history. I don't know what he's talking about there. He's talking about the IRGC, because you sure ain't the people. Delusional Trump, do not believe the lies they tell you. Don't believe the lies you're told. Mashhad did not fall. Iran's defenders are present, and Imam Reza is present. Okay, so show us. Show us that the president is wrong. Show us what's going on in Iran. Tell us it's not lies. Show the world what's going on in Iran. Show us. You know? Yeah, they didn't want to negotiate. Screw negotiations. That's bullshit. That's a delay tactic. That's bullshit. And it's not their leaders. The prime minister, the foreign minister, Aragachi, whatever his name is, some other players in the... It's not the supreme leader. It's not the president of Iran. It's the other people. They're trying to figure out a way that they can negotiate where they can get rid of Khomeini, but still retain some type of power structure. No, they all need to go. Every one of them need to go. None of them have to stay. Absolutely. What's up, Marianne? How are you? Marianne, I don't know if you know this, but I said bye-bye to KGRA and I went to Unex. There's a lot that's been going on. I haven't talked to Mark in like a month. I don't even know what's going on with Mark. A lot going on. Anyway, and that was a tough, sad move for me to do, by the way. That was not an easy decision. But anyway, there's no way we negotiate. There's no way the president's going to negotiate. And he said, yeah, maybe there'll be a meeting, but it might happen after I take action. He needs to take action within the next 48 to 72 hours. The people can't just continue to do this without, who knows how many people are unalived, because I'm on TikTok, in Iran right now. And how do we know how many people are being filmed by the IRGC or the security forces taking images of their faces so they can go after them afterwards with executions, imprisonment. Who knows? This is a point of no return for Iran. Too many people. I mean, this would be horrific how many people would suffer if that regime stays in power. Oh, tell him to call me too at some point. I haven't talked to him. I've been sick. I'm feeling better. But no, this is bullshit. That negotiation ploy. Yeah, I had to. It's a long story with KGRA, and it was amicable. Yeah, it was tough. But anyway. Now there was a tanker just now, but it went off. It shut its transponder off quick. That's not the normal that I've been seeing lately, but I mean, like, literally 10 minutes ago, a tanker just took off out of the base here in Qatar. And who knows where it's going. It usually keeps the transponder on. And it is actually, what time is it? It's getting late afternoon in Iran. Alexa, what time is it in Iran right now? Yeah, the flu is crazy, Marianne.
It's 11 p.m. in Iran right now.
It's already 6:11 p.m. Another night in Iran. Another night.
Yeah, they're settling into evening while we're still having our morning coffee here.
You could see the line.
They're probably thinking about
You could see it right here.
started with the day.
You could see darkness is approaching in Iran. Right here. You could see it coming. So another night for the people of Iran. And we're going to check other things, but there was a tanker that took off and then it just disappeared. The transponder got turned off. Let's see if we see anything else. I explained to Tusi in a message how to use Flight Radar thoroughly. So hopefully he'll catch on to what I wrote him in detail. If he hasn't already. I'm sure he has. He's an intelligent guy. What is this? That's not even showing up for anything. It left Kuwait. And I told him how to label, show the labels, the filters for military craft, as much as you can see that they're going to show you. Oh, what? See, here we go again. What is this? Is this bullshit or not? That's an Iranian airspace. Is this for real again? This came out of where? This came out of Qatar. What the hell is that? Is that another? Because you could see that black line. That could be false. But it's doing it again. The same thing happened yesterday. This could be a ploy, like a psyop, getting in their heads kind of a thing. But that's it. That's showing an Iranian airspace, a Stratotanker, right now. You still don't have power? Storm Chaser, that's unbelievable. What's going on with your place with no power like that? What's going on? But again, look. It is showing a Stratotanker over Iranian airspace. Again. But see that black line? That's questionable right there. Somebody pointed that out yesterday. Well, I'm happy if you're happy. Thank you, Candace. No, Andrea will be moving too. And so is the bishop. Not much is going to change. It's just, there's a lot going on. I don't want to get into the details of that because I'm keeping it respectful. And they were contacted and they want to follow Bill. Do you blame them for following Bill? Once they heard that I was going, it was like an exodus. That's what happens when you develop relationships with people like that. And they know your work ethic. They know you're responsible. They know you're respectful. That's what it's about. Oh, you see? It was. Look at that. You saw that? That's why I said that can't be. You could almost call that spoofing. But it did it again. It did it again. What is that? NA. And there it is now. And it's showing it did not go into Iranian airspace. See? You see where it went? Right here. So again, gotta be careful. I learned that lesson yesterday. But this one's heading back to Qatar. Gotta be careful. They could be just spoofing them and just keeping an eye. We're gonna get into other stuff in a second, but I just want to check. There's no activity coming from the RAF base. It's quiet. There's been a lot of traffic coming from Germany and the UK. A lot of C-17s coming in. Let's see if anything in Germany. A lot of C-17s are coming in to Qatar. Or Qatar, however you want to. I'm a New Yorker, don't blame me. German. That's Air Force. But that's over Germany. Another German. Hopefully 2C catches what I told them. Yeah, I'm not seeing I don't see no USA. US Air Force or any other type of craft. They're not going to go, they're going to come down and head toward the Mediterranean. And they're going to go through not hostile territory either. So I'm not seeing anything right now offhand. There's German. Where's this going? That's German. Interesting. All right, we're getting closer now. I still don't see any RAF or USA stuff here. Nope. That doesn't mean they're not there. I'm just not seeing it on flight radar. Okay, let's check the other side. The Persian Gulf side. Things could get interesting tonight. Not saying anything is going to happen, but it could be interesting. There was a MQ-4C Triton drone flying a couple of days ago near Oman. Down this way. I'm not seeing anything right now. So we'll keep an eye on this. And definitely the base, our base here in Qatar. Let's see. Landings. Let's see what was landing. These tankers are going up and down. They're coming in. They're going out. What's up, Kira? There's been a lot of activity in Qatar. And there's one coming in now from the northwest right here. Another tanker coming in right here. So this has been common for like the last week. What happened now? Oh, that's sweet of you, Candace. I woke up. The Saudis are busy with Yemen right now. They're trying to clean up Yemen. The UAE withdrew its forces, so now Saudi's trying to clean up Yemen. Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine what's going on in Iran. I can't. I can't even imagine. And hopefully we will find out more soon. Those people need help. I want to check a couple of important posts, see if anybody said anything. Let's see what this... I don't want to say anything, no words. Yeah, that he hasn't posted. The Ayatollah hasn't posted since yesterday. Let me see if he's saying anything this morning. I'm following them, so... Oh, God. What is this? I don't know if this is true. See, that's another thing you got to be careful with. People with AI, clickbait, all that. Let's see what Lindsay said at a fundraiser. Because he put the clip. Let's see what Lindsey Graham said. At a fundraiser last night.
Much as we can, but the reason I had to cut the speech off a little bit, and it was really very kind of you to do what you were doing. I don't know what, but this might be the night. It's just a matter of time now. It's just a matter of time. Why is it just a matter of time? And you know what I'm talking about, don't you? This tyrannical regime needs to end. We need to end this for the good people of Iran and for our own selves and the people of Israel. We need to take this guy down. He needs to leave standing up or laying down. I don't care. He needs to go. And if we can pull this off, it'd be the biggest change in the Mideast in 1,000 years. Hamas, Hezbollah, gone.
So that was at a fundraiser last night. Good morning, Witch Moon. I'll play it again. This is what he said, Lindsey Graham, and he's close with the president on this. The MAGA, I want to get one of those. The MAGA caps make Iran great again. Well, Lindsey's close with this. He's just got to be careful saying too much because Lindsey could do that sometimes. So just watch again what he says.
Bipartisan as much as we can, but the reason I had to cut the speech off a little bit, and it was really very kind of you to do what you were doing. I don't know what, but this might be the night. It's just a matter of time now. It's just a matter of time. Why is it just a matter of time? And you know what I'm talking about, don't you? This tyrannical regime needs to end. We need to end this for the good people of Iran and for our own selves and the people of Israel. We need to take this guy down. He needs to leave standing up or laying down. I don't care. He needs to go. And if we can pull this off, it'd be the biggest change in the Mideast in 1,000 years. Hamas has...
I think that is pretty significant, what Lindsey said last night. It's just a matter of time. I truly believe that it's just a matter of time. I would say within the next 48 to 72 hours. I mean, they could be just making that statement. He could be just making that statement, but I don't know. Let's see what he's posted, if he's posted anything himself. right, he hasn't posted anything since yesterday. I've been keeping an eye on him because he's been vocal about it. Yeah, he hasn't posted anything. I want to check somebody else out. Let's see if he's come out with anything in the last few hours. No, not since last night. Reza Pahlavi. Now, nothing from him. He's quiet because he said, watch out for my messages. And I'll just read it at the bottom. He wrote at the end of his post and he made a statement on video. The freedom of Iran is near. This was yesterday from the Crown Prince. The blood spilled on the ground of Iran's immortal children guides us toward victory. We are not alone. Global assistance will arrive soon as well.
Bro,
What?
I'm gonna take a nap, bro.
Yeah, do that. Wait for my next messages. We will soon reclaim our dear Iran from the Islamic Republic and hold celebrations of freedom and victory everywhere in Iran. He hasn't posted since yesterday. That was yesterday. So I'm keeping an eye on what he posts. I think that's very important. I want to see if Marco is saying it. Of course, they're not going to show their cards. It would be foolish. And I want to see if Marco Rubio is saying anything. I don't see anything recent from Marco. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything from Marco Rubio. And that's going to be a conversation for another time. Marco Rubio or J.D. Vance? Who's your choice on the Republican side? I like Rubio. That's just me, though. All right, let's see. Let's see what Mr. Hexeth, if he's posting anything. Now, I should subscribe, but I don't have access. If anybody's in chat, if you have Truth Social, can someone check if the president has posted anything? Because he never sleeps. He's like always awake. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything from his. He's more. I see a lot of things on the Arsenal of Freedom tour. Another site that I've been checking that somebody told me about last night. Is Rapid Response on X. And not seeing anything. This is basically more on the economy right now. Their posts. So nothing on there. Let's just look in general for news. Though the information is, I mean, thanks to Elon for the Starlinks, but it's still. Yeah, see, I'm not seeing anything new. Nothing new. Let's see what Benjamin Netanyahu is saying, if anything. No, again. You know what? They're awfully quiet. Is that an indicator? Awfully quiet. He posted 21 hours ago. Awfully quiet. It's like everybody's quiet. They're waiting for the president to take action. That's what it seems like to me. Yeah, Netanyahu posted yesterday.
It's a sunny 30.
Alexa, stop. All right, let's see. Because it is after 6 p.m. in Iran right now.
The Yankees are working
Alexa,
on-
stop. She gives me updates at 10 a.m. It's crazy. Every morning. 1 minute ago, and this is daytime hours, so I'm assuming this was today. Again, these videos, excuse me, I have no way to say that this is from yesterday. That's the thing. These videos that are coming out, how do we know? How do we know how credible they are? This is from KSTV, Uganda. Huge pro. Look at this. This is from Uganda, and they're showing video of people for the Islamic Republic. I ain't buying into that shit at all. I won't even show it. And I definitely won't show the image of... It's from the New York Post. And I'm afraid to show it. Because... Oh, I will not show it. It's graphic. Let's just say unalived. A lot. It's horrific to look at. I'm not going to share this. It's too graphic. But the New York Post did this 3 hours ago. I'm going to look at the picture first and make sure. Oh, God, no. Oh, God, no. I'm not showing that. It's horrific. But there are dozens of unalived. And people crying near their unalived on the floor. It's horrific. If you want to try to find out more information on this, I would say go to NewYorkPost.com and look it up, because I'm not showing this. Out of respect. And I mean, there's like, I can't even count, but there's definitely, it looks like over a dozen easy. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm being conservative. It's not good. And like I said, the New York Post put this out. It's gut-wrenching to look at this. It is. It makes you sick. So if you, I'm going to go to the New York Post, and I'm going to see if they actually have it on their website. And then I'll put the link. You guys could check it out yourself. It's amazing. Here it is. I'm going to, oh God. I'm going to put the link in chat to this. I will not do it on TikTok. I will do it on Tuba2U and Rumble. There. Because I'm not going to show this on the screen. That's the article from the New York Post today. I do want to see. Oh, God. There's a video on it, too. Oh, my God. If you want to look at it, just... For those on TikTok, if you go to the NewYorkPost.com website, NewYorkPost.com, scroll down a little bit. It's right in the center. And you'll see it. And there's a video associated. And it is graphic and it is horrific. And this is just one place. Can you imagine across the country what's going on? This is why the president, I really believe the president's going to act within the next maybe even 24 to 48. And I keep saying this. It does not matter politically where you sit, whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. If you support democracy and you want to see these people stop from suffering and what they're doing right now and to help them, and if this all plays out and Iran gets their democracy back and the regime falls, President Trump will go down in history. I mean, he will be considered one of the greatest presidents in the 21st century already. How many other presidents can you say that about in the 21st century? This is not political. It changes the whole geopolitical region. China and Russia's influence, if Iran, done. I'm sure Iran will still negotiate and partner with them from a business perspective, economic perspective. But as far as their influence of Iran in Iran and in the region, and you can bet, because Netanyahu said it yesterday, we support the people of Iran, pretty much I'm paraphrasing, looking forward to establishing peace with Iran. It's going to change the region. And I know that maybe some people here maybe dislike the president or like the president. This is about right and wrong and democracy. To me, at least, my opinion. This can be so incredible for the people of Iran and for the region, bringing stability and peace. And it's going to take time. It doesn't happen overnight. It's going to take time. But wouldn't it be a lot better than the current condition? I say yes. And it's going to be a fragile situation if it happens with the transition. It's going to be fragile. It takes time. But it looks like the vast majority of the people of Iran support change. And that's important. You have the vast majority of the populace in the country that are backing this up and want change. They're literally fighting on the streets. There is a revolution. I don't even want to say protest. I don't want to use that word. This is a revolution. They want change. They're chanting the crown prince's name. Long live the king. I hate to say it, but death to the dictator. The people are voicing it on the streets. You cannot cover this up. This is not like it may have been triggered partially by the economic situation, of course, in Iran, the living conditions of the people, but they're fed up. They are fed up. They want change. That's the way it is. People rise. So, and you're going to have people that are pro, anti, and they're going to say, oh, whatever. Of course, that's their opinion. But seeing all these videos of the people doing what they're doing on the streets of Iran all over the country, how do you ignore that? What you're actually seeing. Is it, people say, oh, that's AI. They're not really saying that. I mean, how much do we buy that bullshit? After a while, that's just ridiculous. You know what I mean? I'm with the people too, 100%. I ordered a flag. It's not going to get here till the 20th to 2x3. I'm hanging up that flag right behind me. And in tribute to the people of Iran. Regardless of what happens, I am hanging that flag in support of the people of Iran. The lion and sun. As my way to support the people. Show my support. And believe me, Mom's already, where can we send money to help them? Mom's already looking to help the people. That's Mom. But anyway, so yeah, there's that New York Post article. And like I said, I cannot show it. Oh, let me check Telegram. And I also, and I'm just saying this, I told people last night, remember when the horrific events occurred in Israel with October 7th? Do you remember the app that was giving the people of Israel alerts of incoming missiles and drones and the red alert? I would suggest you go and get that app, because if you hear this go off, you know that hopefully not, Israel may be under attack. And of course from Iran. But this hasn't gone off. Remember that app? Remember that sound? It's a sound that nobody wants to hear. Remember that? Remember that? Now, I have mine activated because that would give me an indication that something's going down. It's Red Alert. It's called the Red Alert app. And that's the warning system for the residents of Israel. God forbid that goes off, then you know something's going down. That they're sending a barrage towards Iran is, firing at Israel. It's just another indicator, which I don't think many of us want to hear. Okay, hold on. Let me check, because there's a lot that comes in. And I follow both sides just to see what the other side is saying. But this is basically coming from Israel. I need my glasses. On Telegram, from the sources when this whole thing started, October 7th. Okay, that was what they were sharing yesterday on Goldie, Charlie Kirk's words on Iran. They did it here too. So they put a quote, then two of them done it. Charlie Kirk on Iran. I love the Iranian people. We should have a heart for them. If you really are serious about protecting human rights, you should want to make Iran a Western civilization again. End quote. Charlie Kirk. Okay. I'm checking all of them. Times of Israel. Nothing. ILTV. It's very quiet. Here's the other side. I want to see what the other side. They're talking about the turnout in support of the regime is massive in Tehran. And then they show a flower. And these are regime backers. And who knows? See, how do we know when these photos were taken? And I'm not even going to say it, what they're showing. So they're saying there's a massive turnout for pro-regime support in Tehran. Yeah, and like we're supposed to believe those photos are from today. So it's okay to show what's going on with that, if that's even true, but you can't show what's really going on otherwise. And there's not much else going on in there on Telegram. It's really quiet, actually. See, this is a lot of old posts. Because between 2C and Goldie, I've been seeing a lot of the videos they've been showing. And these are regurgitated. People are just reposting. It's nothing really new here. And there's no way there's going to be a negotiation. There is no negotiation at this point. The people of Iran want change. They got to go, all of them. And they need to be held accountable, and they have to face justice. Period. I don't think the Iranian people want anything less. And they deserve that. Absolutely. Oh, God, I can't show that photo. The post again. That was 6 hours ago. I have to subscribe to the post. Follow, I mean. You don't want... I don't think I can show this image. Oh, God, no. Oh, no. Oh, there's no way. Like I said, go to the NewYorkPost.com and at the .com. I can't even say that on TikTok. And there are people showing support around the world for Iran. And did you see that insane person yesterday with the U-Haul truck in LA? What the hell is wrong with people? Oh my God. The Telegraph should be ashamed of this on themselves. They really should. The UK. I don't know what's up with the UK media. Prince, I'm not even going to read what they put on. It's disgusting. Okay, this is somebody... This is from the former Foreign Secretary of the Netherlands, Chairman for Free Iran Committee, Uri Rosenthal. This is what he posted 23 hours ago. This is old. Most Honorable President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump. The Iran Free Committee has received terrible news from Iran. In the past 48 hours, Khamenei's criminal regime has unalived thousands of unarmed and peaceful protesters in a horrendous mass slaughter. Iranian dissidents inside and outside Iran are asking us to urgently request that you implement your promises of assistance and protection for the courageous protesters. Their hopes are placed in you, Mr. President. With utmost regard, Uri Rosenthal, former Foreign Secretary of the Netherlands, Chairman of the Free Iran Committee. That was yesterday. That's 23 hours ago. You could only imagine what happened last night. It is now a new night in Iran. And like I said, the images coming in, if true, the post, oh, it's horrific. And like I'm being very careful because we don't want to put anything on there that could be propaganda, AI, the credibility factor. Do we know a specific time and date if it's not indicated? How do we know when these images or videos were taken? There's a process with that. Like Al Jazeera is putting stuff out showing a pro-regime rally. I am not going there. And I don't know, I'm not even going to. But this was 4 hours ago. Iran's judiciary had calls for a decisive measure in retribution for unaliving of officers in protests. What about the unaliving of the people of Iran? Really? Really? We have to. They're not going to stop. And like I said, what is up with the press? Mainstream media, especially the press in Britain, in the UK. What the heck? What is going on there? So this is what one of the CNN, Caitlin Collins, posted 53 minutes ago. At least 503 protesters have been unalived in just over 2 weeks, according to U.S.-based human rights activist news agency. It's a lot higher than that. I hate to say it, and I hope I'm wrong. That's a very, very, very conservative number. We don't know what's going on. How do you know that? How does anybody know what's going on? If you say 500, what did she say? 503? Are you kidding? Quadruple that across the country, probably. It's horrific. The Post is doing that 17 hours ago. So again, there's not. So this was 6 minutes ago from Al Jazeera. Iran's president joins a major rally in the capital of Tehran, marching on the street among flag-waving citizens. And again, thanks to Elon for at least getting the Starlinks where people can access the internet somewhat. And also changing the emoji flag. So again, there's a lot of propaganda out there. There's a lot of misinformation. Now, one video is popping up everywhere of the image and video I cannot show. I will not show on the platforms because it's graphic. Al Jazeera is putting out a lot of shit. After Trump's Iran threats, China reiterates opposition to foreign interference in other countries' internal affairs. Of course they're going to say that. So is Russia. So is Kim Jong Fatty. You know, one of the Axis partners is about to collapse. Of course, that is a big part of that axis. You know what I mean? Of course they're going to say that. Oh my God, look at what some of... And if they're Americans, they should be ashamed themselves. Saying that millions of Iranians are pouring into the streets of their cities to oppose violent Mossad CIA-backed rioters and reject all U.S.-Israeli aggression. They should be ashamed. And it's everywhere. We need to get in there soon because we can't allow this narrative to go out there and shift. They're doing everything they can to try to change. Something's got to happen soon. The president has to act soon. In my opinion, it has to happen real soon. This cannot go on. Please, Mr. President, act soon because they are trying to flip it. They're doing everything they can to try to flip the narrative, the regime. And don't trust them on negotiations. They're trying to hold on to power. They're doing everything they can, every tactic. The president is not a fool. That's why he said, and the meeting might occur after I take action, not before. Here's another one. What is this? This is the one that was coming into land. The tanker. Yeah, that's the tanker that's coming back to land right now. I keep doing that. You know that? I gotta keep my camera up and put this on. Like that. So here's a tanker that's about to come in and land. It's gonna circle and come into the base. So this is about to come in. I gotta keep an eye. Is anybody still on the Tube of the U? Let me know if Tusi goes live. I know Goldie will be going live soon. If they only knew how much I'm supporting them. They probably have no clue. That's okay though. It's not about that. It's about putting the word out to the people. That's what matters. And as long as we see a lot of this air traffic, that's an indicator too. Still a lot of air traffic. Civilian. You know that's going to change quick if something pops off. They're going to definitely change and be diverted away from the area. And they are trying to get the carrier groups from the South China Sea over near the Persian Gulf. That's going to take time. Not that they necessarily need that, but it would be a great thing to have as a support in the event that Iran starts to try to hit our bases and everything. That's why a lot of these C-17s are coming in. They're fortifying our bases. They're bringing in supplies. There's no doubt about that. They are fortifying our bases. Defensive measures. At least I would highly guess that to be the case. Okay, there's not much showing up. Not that there's nothing there, because it's not going to show. But this guy is about to land right now. And I'm going to show you the typical run they make. They go up into southern Iraq, make a left, go west, and then come back. Let's see if they're keeping their pattern. Yeah. See, they go west, and then they turn around and come back down. You got to remember, there's been activity in Syria in recent days, too. They've been hitting ISIS targets. So these refuelers could be in the air to support logistical strikes here in Syria. So, and you know, they're just showing themselves. They're purposely doing that to get in their heads, and in, you know, possibly here too. And you could see it's nighttime now. Alexa, what time is it in Iran?
It's 6:59 p.m.
7 o'clock in Iran, p.m. Yeah, there's not much being, I cannot see much going on right now. But again, the transponders are off. We're not supposed to see that. You got to check the Persian Gulf too, because would Iran try to sink some ships and block off, choke off the Persian Gulf, Strait of Hormuz? Would they even do that? Because this is where they would do it. Because that's the shortest point right here. I would be watching this. Let's see if there's what the activity is in near Tehran. Airports. Any Russian planes coming in? Chinese. Would they even show themselves? No. Unlikely. Not available. These are all civilian. That's an Iranian. Yep. It's heading to Mashhad. You could tell by the let call. Another one. That's heading to Mashhad. This is going to disappear soon. Iranian. That one's probably landing here. And like I said, you'd look at the letters, you can pretty much tell. Another thing of curiosity is Baghdad. Not available. It's not even showing the country of origin, the flag. Let me check Baghdad. Because there's been a lot of flights coming in and out of Iran and Baghdad. This one is about to disappear or take off. I don't know what this one is doing. Nope. And a lot of planes coming in and out of Turkey to Iran. A good question is, do you think that Turkey should still be a NATO country? Huh. I don't know. So, not much going on here as of right now. You can hear the emergency vehicles behind me. Ambulance. Praying for whoever that's for. Oh my God, there's a lot of people posting about the pro-regime rally. They've got an Iranian reporter flying in a helicopter to show what's going on the ground of the people supporting the regime. I'm not showing it. IRIB News. There's a lot of pro-regime videos on X. I want to see what Newt wrote. Okay, so this is what Newt Gingrich wrote. And this was this morning. Newt Gingrich. It is not, and it's true because I've seen some Democrat congressional officials coming out with statements saying they support the people of Iran, but not going too, I mean, stop it. It is. This is what Newt Gingrich wrote, and I got to read the whole thing, but I read it, skimmed through it. I think I'm with this. It is not enough to sympathize with the Iranian people in their struggle to get free from the dictatorship, which is clearly unaliving dissidents and fighting for its very survival. It is not enough to have government leaders publicly talking about support for the Iranian people, but failing to do anything real. I agree. Talk is cheap. It is also not enough to send token support but fail to take the necessary steps to replace the dictatorship. And this is what he says next that I've been saying. And I'm sure the people of Iran, in a few weeks, either the dictatorship will be gone or the Iranian people will have been defeated and suppressed, and a campaign to find the ringleaders and unalive them will have begun. Not just the ringleaders, anybody who was part of it. There is no middle ground. The goal of every Western leader should be to destroy the Iranian dictatorship at this moment of its vulnerability. Nothing will do more Nothing will do more to move the Middle East toward peace, safety, and prosperity than the destruction of the Ayatollah's dictatorship. The time to act is now. I'm with that. Totally with that. I'm reading the comments. No, we won't see anything on flight radar. The transponders are off. I'm reading the comments now. No way. They're not going to show. They're not going to tip their hand what's happening. That's all part of PSYOP. We're here. That's all that is. So, like I said, the Crown Prince, he's been sending messages out to the people of Iran, Reza Pahlavi, and they've been paying attention to him. He's also praised our president. I would not doubt that the president's administration is communication with him and his transition team. And I would not doubt that there's conversations behind the scenes between Israel, Netanyahu, and Pahlavi. Do not think that that's not going on, because it is. I put money on that. They're all communicating. They have to be pretty much on the same page, so they have to work together in tandem. It makes sense. It will be a republic. He may be the king again, the monarchy, but there's still going to be a parliament. It's going to be, I think, similar to the UK. I would see something similar to the UK with the monarchy and parliament. That's what I see for Iran, Persia, hopefully in the future. We shall see. It's anyone's guess right now. This is such a fluid situation. Exactly, a constitutional monarchy. I don't know the channel, but also if he gives. What's this now? Oh, okay. Let me know if Goldie's gonna go live soon. She's been on it, and so is Tusi. But I sent Tusi a message today about how to use flight radar, filters, and all the other stuff. So hopefully Tusi could, because he was like, I just got the premium. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm sure he figured it out by now. But I sent him a message anyway to help him. And I did a detailed message to help him. I lived in Tehran in the 70s during Reza Pahlavi's reign. I went to an American school there. So talk to me, Dashin, Mom. Tell me. You said nice guy. No. Tell me. What did I say? I respect everyone's opinion. You were there. Tell me, because I don't know exactly what you're referring to. You don't think Trump will help? You think after all this rhetoric he's going to back down and not help them? Wow, if that were to happen, I would be surprised. At this point, I would be shocked. Actually, you don't think he's going to help? Okay. And let me ask you this question then. Why do you think he won't engage and get involved? You think it might be because he doesn't want to get involved, the U.S. involved in a prolonged conflict? Because that's a lot of people's concerns too. Okay, I'm not going to repeat that lie, but I totally respect what you're saying. I totally respect it. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. The next few days are going to be... What the heck is this now? Somebody's at my door. It might be Mom. Somebody was at my door. Oh. FedEx. Gotcha. It's FedEx. Oh no, that's a whole different conversation for another time, and I'm with you. I will discuss that another time, but I am with you on that part. Dash and Mom. That's, but I'm trying to stay with. I don't want to get off topic, but I see what my mother's going through. Tehran was beautiful. People were kind. You were there in the 70s. That must have been amazing to be going to a school there during the 70s in Tehran as a student. That must have been amazing, Mom. She said, yes, it was amazing. She said that Tehran was beautiful, people were kind. That's very telling. Which is, like I said, I think the next 2 to 3 days will really, we'll see. Because now it is Monday night in Iran. So I'm saying either Monday night, Tuesday night, or Wednesday night. If something doesn't go down soon, when will it be? When will it be time? And I understand if it does happen, Mom and everybody else. Assets need to be put in place. They have to be prepared for a counter strike against U.S. bases, potentially, probably, Israel. You cannot have vulnerability issues and not defend our personnel. Our military personnel cannot be placed at risk because people want to rush into a situation. You don't do things that way. You are not going to put our military personnel, the men and women of the armed forces, at risk until you think they are secure and protected. So I'm sure they're bringing in the THAAD systems, Patriots, whatever they got to do to try to defend against incoming. It makes total sense. And I know people say, oh, they don't need the carrier strike group. They could use the bombers. Refuel them. I think you would want all your chips available. You know what I mean? Because let's, God forbid, we just use cruise missiles from subs and bombers, whatever. Tomahawks. And they come and hit our bases and we don't have that presence, that strike group that can just tear them a new one. I want that there. If I'm in command, I want my carriers there. That's just me. I'm not going in half, you know what? I'm going to be ready to unleash, on you. That's what I would do. And maybe that's why they said Tuesday, tomorrow. Because I know the last time I heard the carrier group was in the South China Seas watching what's going on with China and Taiwan. Now, if we start moving our assets away from that part, let's just think about this. If the United States gets into a conflict with Iran, do you see China taking the opportunity to then go for Taiwan at the same time? They see what happened in Venezuela. They hear the rhetoric going on here in this country about Cuba, Greenland, Mexico, Colombia, on and on. Iran. But look, the United States, the president is just going all out. You think China's not going to do anything? In their area, in their neck of the woods? We need to get Taiwan now. Before he starts going off on other things. We need to take Taiwan now. I would keep an eye on that. Because we're going to be spread thin. If we get involved in a conflict and it's almost like playing a board game. You're moving your pieces this way to the west, to the Persian Gulf, from the South China Sea. Not that saying that we don't have other capabilities in the area. But you moved them. We've got the ford off of Venezuela. China might say, this is our opportunity right now. They are involved in a conflict with Iran. They don't have a presence like that near us. Taiwan. Do it now. They might come to that conclusion. I'm not saying they will, but they might. Because they're going to say, this is to our national security interest to take Taiwan. We consider this our territory. Because it seems like that's what everybody's doing. Okay, this is of strategic national security importance, Greenland. We need that. Why can't China say that about Taiwan? And they're right in their backyard. I said this weeks ago. I even wrote a song. The dominoes are going to start to fall. Stuff is going to go like this. It's like a snowball. It looks like the dominoes are starting to drop. And God only knows what Putin might do to Ukraine and go all out and think we're not going to do anything. They're too busy with Iran. They're too busy with the Western Hemisphere. This is our opportunity to take Zelensky out completely. They're not going to do anything. They're too busy. How's their stockpile doing right now? Is it being used up? There's a lot to pay attention to right now. I don't want to say the word. It might hit the fan all over the place. All at once. This is delicate, to say the least. And people might say, no, it's not going to happen. Oh, are you sure? I'm not sure it's going to happen. I'm just saying you have to think about the possibilities here. In a practical term, you have to look at this. And you know Kim Jong-fatty in North Korea, he's one who want to make some noise, launch tests of ICBMs and all that shit just to get attention. Don't forget about us. You know the saying, you put your hand in the cookie jar. Too many things are going on at once. That's a vulnerability. Got to be very careful moving forward. That would be my advice. Be careful. Don't overdo it at once. North Koreans have always suffered from famine, all that. That's been going on for a long time. I mean, those people suffer in North Korea. Dash and mom. But he's been doing a lot of tests recently, too. I think the last one was allegedly a hypersonic missile. He's standing there and he's watching it, the launch, from a distance. I saw that like a week or so ago. I was like, yeah, he's trying to make noise, trying to get attention, which attention should be definitely a concern of what he's doing. So again, like I said, there's so much shit going on. I hate to use that word. I'm sorry, but there's so much going on. I honestly think at some point China's going to make a move on Taiwan this year. With everything that's going on. And do you think the United States is going to want to start a war with China? Do you honestly think we'd go that far? Is China betting that we don't? I could just hear, it's not our problem. You'll hear that. Taiwan's not our problem. I wrote a song about that. I even wrote a song for the Iranian people, both in Persian. I need someone who speaks Persian to enter the chat because I tried to translate my lyrics to Persian. I don't know if it makes any sense because I don't speak the language. So I'm like, did this translate my song right from English to Persian? So hopefully there was a person here yesterday in chat on the Tube of the U that was Persian. So if I see that person come back, I'm going to play it. And I want to see if the song makes sense. You used to speak Farsi? Really? Do you still comprehend it at all? Do you understand it? Like me, I'm a mess. I'm Puerto Rican, Italian, Lithuanian. I'm a mess. I understand Spanish, but I can't speak it right. Broken, like Spanglish, not much. And that's mom's fault, because she's the Spanish-speaking one. My father's Italian, so it wasn't spoken in the house. It was, of course, English. So, I mean, when I go over to my mom's side of the family, they spoke Spanish. So I kind of picked it up, but I didn't speak it. So I know I can understand every word. I just can't speak properly in the language. It's broken. It's a mess. That's just my situation. But if it was in Spanish, I would understand it. But Persian, not so much. So hopefully someone will come in that does understand the language. Do you want to hear the English version? I might as well, right? Let's talk about aliens, bro. You got a lot of them behind you. Oh my gosh. Well, Eric von Daniken passed away. I was like, I mean, he was up there in age. I was like, whoa. I don't know if it was Stan, one of the Paranormal Rangers. I think it was yesterday. He sent me the message. Uh-oh. Mark D'Antonio. Okay. I'm sure Marianne got the word to him. Oh my gosh. All right. What the heck was I just going to do before Mark messaged me? Oh, yeah. Who was the one that messaged me yesterday about Eric Von Daniken? It was Stan yesterday. It was Stan. And I know we're going a little bit off topic because someone on the Tube of the U is bringing it up. I myself, a witness to UAP, saw them do a spiraling stars into one and then disappearing thing in the skirts of Vienna. Really? In Vienna? You know, it's crazy. I'm friends with, I got to contact him. I can't do it now because it's late in the Philippines. I am really good friends with Klaus Donner. He's from Austria. He's been in the Philippines for like a decade now. He was uh-oh. I can't talk to him right now. What's going on? I'm live streaming right now and I'm talking about Iran, but definitely call me later to talk privately because I don't want nobody to hear our conversation.
Okay.
Where are you? Marianne told me that you're going to be going there soon.
I am. I have to go out and I'm changing the Sonoran scope to a whole different system. So we're going to take it down, take it off the forks. I'm going to put a whole new mount on it, and we're going to eliminate the ongoing issues that have been happening with it, which cause it to literally not work. Right now, the whole system is down.
Wow.
The telescope's great. No, Benson telescope's great. I used it last night.
Oh, okay.
You know, I mean, I've got the other scope, and like I said, we have that rumored third site coming potentially out in Colorado with a far larger instrument that a benefactor is potentially going to get for us and allow us to operate out there and put in and so forth. So a lot coming, but I don't know. I'm telling you, it's crazy.
It is crazy. I've had a crazy last few weeks myself. We'll talk privately on this, but I'm going to, now that you said that, because I wasn't the one that was going out to people to mention anything, because, you know, I don't, you know how I am, Mr. Respectful and trying to keep, but I will put the word out to what you messaged me about.
Oh, okay.
And call me. Go ahead.
I sent a message as well to.
I know. Don't say anything. I'm live.
I know. I sent a message to my favorite guy there over there.
All right. So, do me a favor. Call me later this evening on the phone, and we'll speak privately.
Okay.
And I'm sure Marianne filled you in because she was watching on TikTok.
Yeah, she mentioned that. That's why
I figured that. Anyway, because I'm just getting over the fluke. Let's catch up soon.
Sure.
Call me later.
Yeah, I gotta call you and make sure I wear my mask when I talk to you. I don't want to get the flu.
All right, so call me. Don't forget because I got to talk to you.
All right, what are you streaming?
I'm streaming about the Iran situation.
Oh yeah, no, I love it. I can't wait to see that whole place tumble down, man.
I am with you, and I support the people. I am all with it. I've been putting the information out, watching other people put the information out, so I am on this. I've been on this for a few weeks now.
Yeah, one of my Persian friends actually came to the conference I was in because I mentioned it to her, and she ended up flying across the country to come out and see it, which was really cool.
Yeah. I mean, I am really hoping that something happens within the next 2 to 3 days.
Well, here's the thing. This situation, and I'm also kind of on top of it too, I imagine. This situation has been long in coming, and there's rumors that the government thugs, what do you want to call them, they actually killed 200 protesters so far.
I heard the number's much higher.
I heard 2,000 as well, but I think...
Yeah, we can't... It's like you said just now when you started, the rumor. It's all speculation. There is no real credible sourcing of what exactly is going on the ground in Iran. There's none. I mean, you're going to hear all kinds of stuff.
The only thing is the video.
Yes, right.
The video, and you've got thousands of protesters, and there's fires in various spots.
Right.
Clearly, there's something big going on that's bigger than what has ever happened before.
Yeah.
And that's with the blackout.
Across the
Iranian
country, the entire country. It's not just Tehran, Mashhad. It's happening across the entire country.
Yeah, I said it's Iran. The whole
That's right.
blackout. Yeah, and of course, my favorite technologist, Elon Musk,
Yep.
activated Starlink.
Yep.
In Iran just to make sure that people have access to the internet.
Yep. But now on X today, all I'm seeing is pro-regime rally that occurred allegedly with thousands of people. That's the thing that's going around on X right now. A lot of pro-regime support with videos coming out of Tehran and all that BS. So there's so much.
They're also very good at using social media.
Yes. Oh,
They're
yes.
trying to their advantage. But you can't argue with all the people on the street. You can't argue with the dirty deeds they've done over time.
Yep, decades.
You know, there's no undoing that.
No.
And there's no arguing that they haven't done that.
Yep. I would suggest you check out the New York Post for, online and scroll down a little bit, and you're going to see a big article about what's going on in Iran with video and pictures. It is graphic. I couldn't show it on my stream. It is bad, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
I can't, I'm not going to do that. Out of respect to those people and their families and their loved ones, I would not do that. But go check out NewYorkPost.com and look at the article. It's right there. Just scroll down slightly, and it's right there. A video and an article. It is graphic. It's horrific what's going on.
I'm sure it's a page one story. It's a page one story.
Yeah, it is. It is. Go check it out. But call me later, so we could talk privately.
Okay.
All right. My love to you and the family.
Thanks, man. Talk to you soon.
Alrighty. Bye.
Bye.
That's Mark D'Antonio, Mr. Astronomer. And yes, the answer is yes, Mom. I'm Mr. Producer, fam. All right. What's going on now in chats? Yes, the minister of Iran said earlier that the situation is under control and that the internet will be restored shortly in the country. Not sure if Trump will still act. Seems to be slowing down. And that's the problem. Kevin, you give him that opening. That's the problem. That's why time is of the essence here. If it's going to happen, it has to happen very soon. If the president is going to act, it has to happen very, very soon. Otherwise, and then on the Air Force One, yeah, Iranian leaders called yesterday. They want to negotiate about the nuclear, but the meeting may happen after because I may act before the meeting. I'm getting hourly updates. I heard there were stampedes and there were some shootings. It's like, is that being said on purpose to try to distract? And I don't know. But there's it's a little confusing right now, to be honest. Oh, anyway, getting back to Crafter. I find that my friend Klaus Donner, who's Austrian, he's well known. I was supposed to go to Vienna 10 years ago. He was going to have a big event there in Vienna, and I was going to stay at his home. But then he went to the Philippines because he's part of this excavation project looking for treasures, lost treasures that the Japanese allegedly put there. And he's been involved with that. It was supposed to be for a limited time. He's been there nearly a decade. But he's all into the artifacts. This man, I give him a lot of credit because he's just an amazing individual, Klaus Donner. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here. I'm not going to say that comment because I don't want to disrespect. But I look, there are people, and I respect everyone's opinion. People have the right. That's what it's about. Freedom of speech. Whether you agree or disagree with it. That's what it should be about. Everyone has a voice. As long as it's not disrespectful. But I see what you wrote. How you? The president has to eat after attack. I can't. I'm on TikTok, so I gotta. You gotta watch when you're on TikTok. It's one of those kind of platforms. But there's a lot going on, and I'm starting to what Crafter said. Who knows? Who the heck knows at this point? I'm refreshing. Oh, the song. Dasher Mom, you still there? It's crazy what these baseball. I'm looking at baseball on the side. And again, when you see Goldie's live, when you see these audio clips coming out, allegedly, how do we know they're real? How do you verify the credibility of the stuff coming out? Because there's one here that's showing clips of audio, and I don't even know if I want to play them, because how do we know? You got to remember, in any situation, there's propaganda across the board. You know, so there's so much out there on social media, and that's the whole point, to use social media as a tool, as a resource. And I'm not gonna fall into that trap, especially in the age of AI and misinformation. I'm not falling into it. Unless I see something that is viable, credible, and if it's, I mean, even if the mainstream media puts it out, is that something you necessarily say, well, that must be true? Do you? I mean, really? It's difficult. It's difficult to be objective. It's easy to support or not support something. It's so easy. But somewhere in the middle lies the truth. You've heard that saying. Somewhere in the middle. Because from this side and this side, maybe somewhere here. And it's, again, it's very hard to distinguish that. But there's a lot. This is from an hour ago. And again, I don't want to play this stuff because I don't know. And I don't want to be part of the propaganda arm for either side on this. I don't. Because you don't know the credibility of it. Especially these audio clips. And even video clips. How do we know when they were recorded? How can we verify that they were recorded on such and such a date? How do we know we're not looking at something from the past? Or from a completely different area? Just don't know. And I know how people are quick to be impulsive and run with things. You know what I mean? You run with it. You go with it. And very impulsively. Reactionary. But I'm going to, Dasher Mom, I'm going to play you my song in English, the English version that I wrote. And I wrote this, I think, over a week ago now. I haven't posted it. I haven't, because I've been so busy with so many other things. Matter of fact, I don't even know where the... Is it this one? Return of the King. Where is it going to pop up? There's an English version and a Persian version. If the predator keeps... hold on, what? A belt tight. If the president kept his trousers belt tight when he was younger, he could not be blackmailed to commit another war crime for their sake. That's, you know, it's definitely a point. Again, like I said, it's never simple. There's multiple sides that would look at this differently, you know?
The battle has begun. Years of cruelty and fear. A message from our future king. The end of the Islamic regime is near. Fight for your freedom. Your courage will be rewarded. The power of the people. Freedom will be restored back to your former glory. The throne of the real heir of Iran, Reza Pahlavi, brings hope and peace, free of fear and despair. The fall of the Islamic revolution, its flag is removed and torn, rising from the ashes. The return of the lion and the sun. The great nation of Iran. Ancient religions of diversity, arts, culture, and science. Removal of restrictions for the community. Across the country, together with their neighbors, stability in the region with their courage and their work. Battle for independence, the fall of the regime is close. Millions risk their lives as they march towards Tehran. Death to the dictator, the regime will fall. Waving the flag of the lion and the sun. Peace and freedom for all, the king will soon return. Iran will rise again. Reza Pahlavi is a real leader. Freedom returns during his reign. The great nation of Iran, back to its former glory. Freedom for the Iranian people. A new chapter in their story. A rich history of tradition. Ancient religions of diversity. Arts, culture, and science. Removing restrictions for society.
So I wrote that a few days ago. And I know some people may not like it. I get it. And I respect their opinion. But that's personally my feeling on it. Look, but again, I'm looking at it from the outside. And I always say that. It's one thing to look at it from the outside, but it's different when you're actually there. I say that all the time. Because people say things about what goes on in New York State. They think right away when I hear people saying, oh, New York is this, that, this. What are you talking about? Are you talking about New York City or New York State? Because it's different here where I live than it is in the city. That's first. So, and I lived in the city the majority of my life. And I know what goes on in the city. And I know the conditions of the city for decades. Because I lived there. And I had my own personal experience. So it's, when people judge things from the outside about what's going on, they're probably getting it from the media, social media, podcasters, influencers, etc. What they say does not necessarily mean what's actually going on in the ground, in those places, because they're not there. So it's so easy for people to judge from the outside about something that's going on in another place when they're not there. You don't know. You're getting your information from different sources. You know what I mean? So, as even though I write that in support of the people of Iran, I mean, I'm not there. I don't know what's going on. Truly. You know, it's so easy to sit from my position here and put my opinion out there, my thoughts and feelings about what's going on in a place that I have no familiarity on. I just don't. To be fair. Because like I just said, I'd be a hypocrite and I'd say that I'm getting a lot of the information based on what I'm seeing, blah, 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 blah. But I'm trying to be objective as much as I possibly can. And that's not easy. So what did you think of the song, Dashin Mom? Now I have a Persian version, but I don't know if it makes sense. All right, what's Kevin? This not president is considering a series of strong options regarding. Really? We're going to have to look at the State Department. Oh, they haven't updated that one. Kevin. Okay, I'm going to look it up. I'm checking out the... Makes me sad for the innocent people of Iran who have lost their lives. I'm following this one. I'm checking the State Department's X. I'm not seeing anything on that one that I'm following. This one has old posts. That's the unofficial. We don't want that. I'm not seeing anything right now on X in reference to what you just said, Kevin. I'm not getting overexcited. I'm being grounded. Unless you're referring to Kevin. Hi, you. To be fair. And there's a lot of people from foreign governments making statements. I cannot show that video. It's too graphic. Tusi put out a post that 30 minutes ago, Iranian currency has officially fully collapsed to zero. I don't know if that's true. That's what Tusi put out. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to be fair and read what somebody wrote. Ali Lajani, Secretary of the Supreme National Security Council of Iran, was asked during today's pro-regime demonstration in Tehran about threats made by U.S. President Donald J. Trump, to which he replied, quote, "Trump talks too much. Don't take him seriously. The overwhelming presence of Iranians in the streets shows that our people are ready to settle the scores with the United States and Israel," end quote. That's allegedly what this person said. That alien lights up, by the way. He moves and talks and all that. So I'm just reading that. Again, you have to take everything that I'm reading with a grain of salt because we just cannot verify. Because this is what a reporter asked him last night on Air Force One. Is your administration in contact with the Iranian opposition leaders as this is unfolding? Trump, yes. Reporter, what's the message to them? You'll find out pretty soon. What does that mean? And this is in Persian, so I wouldn't understand it. Maybe hi you might. But this was at the rally today in Iran, pro-regime rally. Again, it's in Persian, so I wouldn't, there's no translation here. Oh, wow. So, Iranian Parliament Speaker Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf issued a direct message to Donald Trump, quote, "Come and see how we will destroy all your positions in the region. Come and see how Iran's defenders will burn you into America's history. Delusional Trump, do not believe the lies you are told. Mashhad has not fallen. Iran's defenders are present," end quote. I'm just reading allegedly what these statements are from people. That's not new. That's not new news. Yeah, this is that quote is appearing in numerous reposts that I just read. And I'm, like I said, I'm being objective here. And this was allegedly a rally that took place in Iran for a pro-Islamic Republic rally. Today. Well, earlier today. It's nighttime now in Iran, but these are pro-government. It's a pro-government rally. in Tehran. At least that's what they're reporting. So you can see there's, depending on, you know, what information you're looking for and coming out, it's both sides. And there are a lot of people there. MS is now talking. Yeah, finally the mainstream media is talking about it. How long did it take for them to talk about it? You know what I mean? That is a lot of people. What I'm saying is nonsense. That's your opinion. I respect your opinion. I may not agree with it, but I respect it. That's your opinion. It may be nonsense because it's something you disagree with, what I'm saying. I get it. And like I said, I respect your opinion. Okay, that's old. There's a lot of old posts here. Yeah, this is a lot of older news now coming out, allegedly. All right, I'm done looking at X for now. I know that Goldie's live. Tusi should be live soon. And I'm sure a lot of people would consider them propaganda. But I think many people are in support of what's going on. Again, I'm not there. I don't know. It's so easy to rush and jump to conclusions when you don't know exactly what's going on there. And what the true sentiment of the people of Iran is. Because like anything else, you're going to have pro and anti. That's just the way it is. Flight radar is quiet. There's still a lot of air traffic. Civilian. I'm looking. This is the Persian Gulf. I'm just looking. And believe it or not, even down here, there was drones, and the MQ-4C Triton drone was flying here 2 nights ago. But that's more of a Navy drone. Okay, see, there's not much. At least not what the transponders are showing. And this is the base where a lot of activity has been coming out of in Qatar. I know a Stratocaster landed there not too long ago. A Stratocaster, Stratotanker. This, a refueler, landed shortly ago. I keep saying, I'm a guitarist. I have a lot of guitars. I keep saying Stratocaster. And drummer. Yeah, there's not much. The thing that was interesting on Saturday, I picked up a plane, and I'll share the images. in a second, and it could just be a decoy. This is what I captured on Saturday at 11:20 something in the morning. I found it interesting. I'm going to show you now. Again, I'm trying to be objective. This is what I captured on Saturday on Flight Radar. Oh, that's the wrong screen. Hold on. Screenshot. That's TikTok. This. And last night I spent like a half hour trying to find it on the playback. But I captured this on Saturday. And it wasn't on for long over Jordan. Shaw D267. Shaw. Might be reading too much into that. And it could simply be just, they just use those call letters, but that's pretty interesting. Shaw. And it could be just simply a decoy. But I was like, whoa. What's that? That was Saturday morning here, locally, Eastern. And then this image I took too. Detailing it. It was there, and then it wasn't. Over Jordan. Jordanian airspace. Oh, that's the same one. Hold on, let me get the right one. Is it 56? Screenshot. It's one of these. Yeah, this one. And I don't think many people picked up on it. That one. Jordanian flag. And it says Shah. D267. Jordanian Air Force. This was Saturday morning. Could that be a decoy? Could that have been the Shah? The Crown Prince on it? I don't know. Total speculation. But I found it interesting when I seen it. Again, people are going to reach their own conclusions and opinions, and I'm all with it. What's up, Johnston? Then thank you for that, and God bless you and your family. What's up, Andy? I know Goldie is live. And Andy, I did send Tusi an extended message on how to use Flight Radar on Facebook. I did. I sent Tusi like a well-detailed message on how to use the filters, how to change the settings, how to label them with logos, how to use the, which somebody taught me last night. I didn't even know over here. Aviation data or data, GPS jamming map. And I was like, oh, I'm not familiar with this. You know, I was like, And you can see where that's off of. I was like, I didn't even know about this. Somebody showed me this last night. Now, I don't know how accurate that is, but somebody showed me that last night. I didn't even know. And then I was telling him about the filters, what he needs to do with the filters. And you can take a lot of this out. And you can even go to custom and just show military. See? But I also like to see the civilian traffic. There's one there. That's probably a C-17. Maybe not. It's a Clipper. There's one here over the UAE. That's the drone. It's over the UAE. Look at that. Look at the drone. And it just took off. And this can be in the air for up to 24 hours. It probably was up already for a long time. Oh, look where it went. The Red Sea. That's that drone I was talking about, the MQ-4C Triton. That is one heck of a drone right there, let me tell you. Look up the specs on that. That is one heck of a drone. And that's usually used for naval purposes. So the drone is flying around, and that thing is 50,000 feet altitude. What's it at now? Does it say it? It's low. So you can do the map that way, where it just highlights whatever the transponders are on. What was this one? Kuwait. What is this? C-37. What is this? Who is this with all these planes? Italy. German. A lot of activity in Germany for us too. King. What is that? Sikorsky. That's interesting. Did I see that right? King 21. Combat King 2. Okay. Let's go to Germany. Daddy? What is that? You know, you see these call sign letters and you're like, what the hell? There's a C-17. So yeah, you can filter it out. I was trying to explain this to Tusi in a message. But I like to see everything on the filters. Because I want to see the civilian traffic too, because if this starts to diminish, it could indicate that something's going on. So I like to have all the filters on, but if I want to just do it that way. So I was trying to send a message to Tusi to use this, because I heard, really, Mom? They're starting to talk about it. If they start talking about it, if the mainstream media is starting to talk about it, are they in the loop of something about to go down? I don't know. But yeah. The thing with Tusi is he needs someone else with him to highlight stuff. I know. I sent him a message. I tried. I really tried my part, Andy. I tried. And I know Goldie's live right now. Tusi should be going live soon. Do you, Andy, any word that he's going on soon? Because I'll message him in chat. I'm not gonna do super chat. I'm not comfortable with that. That the only way you're gonna gain attention is by paying for attention. I don't believe in that. I think everybody's opinion matters. Period. If you can't catch up with the chat, then you should slow it down so that you can read people's comments. Like I'm reading Kevin's and yours and hi you, everyone, Johnston, Witchmoon, Mom. I mean, that's the way it should be. At least that's in my opinion. I know I got a little new audio toy waiting for me outside to put together here with my insane setup as it is here. Oh my gosh, like I need more equipment. I got an equalizer that I got to hook up from the mixer to the equalizer, then go into my audio interface that goes into my computer. So I bought another piece of equipment, like I need more. Have you guys ever seen what it looks like here? What I'm looking at? It's kind of crazy. And like I said, I got to add, it's a mess. I'm just going to say that right now. This place is a wreck. I got to do some cleaning in front of me because it's, yeah. I'm going to admit it right now. I'm a little afraid to take the camera off. So this is what I'm looking at on my end. So it's quite extensive, the amount of equipment that I've got in front of me. It's like that, and it's messy right now. See that bouncing up and down? That's a AT&I-20 audio interface. I've got external drives, I've got internal drives. I built my computer right there. I built it myself. And it's powerful. Then my drum set is back there. All my guitars are over there. My models are up there. I was hanging out with the Ancient Alien crew, Georgie O'Hare, Nick Pope, who's a friend of mine, about a month ago. And the alien's back there somewhere. There he is. I don't have my wood stove on. All my guitars are stacked up in that corner over there. So yeah, a lot of Yankee stuff over there. This is the man cave. No doubt about it. Oh my God, I forgot to put my Quest away. I gotta put this away. My Quest. Oh my God, why is it there? We have to put that away. A lot of toys, but we gotta go find out quick because I'm gonna get off soon and take a break. There is a new toy waiting for me outside. Audio equipment for this. Where I'm gonna put it, I have no idea. Yep. This is a new toy. Just got here. And trust me, this is not an easy setup. Multiple sound cards, multiple video cards. There's so much stuff. This is the new toy. Right here. This. So the mixer goes into this. This goes into that audio interface, which then goes back into the computer. So it's an equalizer for sound. That's a new... I'm not going to do that today, but it's going to get done. So I'm still adding stuff to improve everything that's going on here. You bought a Casio keyboard at Christmas. I have 3 keyboards, but they're so big. I have to buy a stand so I could play it. It's not easy to put all the equipment when you don't have room. Not to go off the rails on a different tangent here, but yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna monitor this. Uh-oh. Is that mom? What?
A scanner
You're gonna get those calls all the time. Those are telemarketers.
and my phone.
Uh-huh.
And let me tell you something. If I have to go to the fucking
Ma, there's nothing you can do. T-Mobile identifies them. It says scammer likely, telemarketer. That is a common thing. It happens to a lot of people. You're not the only one that's getting targeted by those scams.
because I went to the
I know that's why it says on your phone, scam likely, telemarketer. All the filters are on your phone like mine. Yes, I know, Mom, I know. Anyway, Andy, any indication when Tusi's gonna go live? Has he put anything up? Because he's overdue. He's in the UK. He should have been streaming already. Nothing from Tusi? I know Goldie's live. And Mom, God bless you and your family and everybody else too. Everyone. And I mean everyone. Kevin, Hayu, Andy, Witch Moon, everybody that's watching on all the different platforms. Johnston, this a few of you. Kat. No? I'm surprised Tusi's not going live yet. Because what time is it in the UK? Like close to 5 p.m.? You would have thought he was streaming by now. Is it close to like 5 p.m. local UK? God bless us all. It's true. What time is it? It's 5 hours ahead of me, right? In the UK? I'm pretty good at that. Time zones and geography. Fringe, how are you? Tell Astro I send my love to. Tell your husband and both of you. Alexa, what time is it in the UK right now?
It's 4:46 p.m.
Yeah.
in the UK right now.
That's true. Maybe Tusi's resting for a long night ahead. I think a lot of people are making a lot of assumptions. Including myself. Right? To be real, it's all speculation. Astro's working. I will, thank you. Pass the message to him. 5 p.m. That's a lot of people are doing that. They're speculating, hypothesizing, you know, making assumptions. But, you know, that is part of it all. And I will always say this, and like how you said it to me, I'm speaking nonsense. And that is a valid point in his perspective, because I'll tell you why. You know what they say about opinions, right? And we all have them. So, just to be fair, you know the saying, right? Opinions are like a something. We all have them. I mean, really. Right now, I don't even think that's on the president's mind, Ukrainian situation. But I think right now, the president is focused on numerous things, including what's going on here in the continent. You know what I mean? So, like I said, there's so much things going on. Anyway, I'm going to bail out for a little while. If anything occurs, I'm going to be monitoring in the background. I'm going to check out what the others are talking about, what Goldie's talking about, because she's live right now. I'm going to monitor. If I see anything, I will be back. I will be in the background, keeping an eye on everything. Mom, have a great day, great afternoon. God bless you and the family and everybody else. Exactly, Fringe. That's the saying. That's the saying. Yes. But love to all of you. Regardless if you agree or disagree with me, that's fine. But I still send my love to you. Peace. And see everybody later. I'm going to bail out, have finally some breakfast and Witch Moon and regather myself. You know what I mean? Oh my God, Andy. Anyway, I'll see everybody later. I'm going to bail out now before Andy makes me lose.